Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the absolute most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week when judging begins for this minigame on a Friday. This then is week 223, and as you can see here, the theme is Hide from a Storm. Specifically then, the individual clues include Too Cool for our body, Leader of the Ring Band for our hands, A Pirate's Life for our legs, and In the Fold for our feet. In this video, I will feature a 100 score, an 80 with dies, as well as the easiest 80 possible. Without further ado, let's go straight to that 100. Alrighty, for a 100 score then, nice and simple, we have 4 items to get. The first of which is the chest, obviously, for the Too Cool clue. The first item then is the Scion Adventurer's Jacket. This is something that you should have as part of the MSQ completion. The quest in particular is called the Greater Obeisance, which is a fairly old quest. If you have misplaced this, then you can get this from the Calamity Salvager for 100 gil specifically. Whilst you're there as well, since I might as well mention it, the boots are also from the same set, from the same quest called the Scion Adventurer boots. So if you have those as well, pick those up whilst you're there, just to save you some time if you're watching this in the order of items. Going back to that chest then, specifically there are other alternatives of course. The main advantage of having the Scion Adventurer's Jacket, however, is that it is equipable by all classes, both genders, level 1 and above in the game. Very nice. If you don't happen to have this and you're making alts, for example, to actually get MGP, then other things that should work include the Anemos Jacket from Eureka Anemos lockboxes, as well as the Gayuki Leather Jacket. Those should both work for gold based on historic data from previous fashion reports. For the gloves then, I went for the leather ring bands. This is where I got those. See, you can go to any low-level armor vendor in the game. The nearest teleport to this one in the Steps of Thal is the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Come over here and then walk a little bit upwards and you'll walk into Gwalta, as I usually use in these videos. On the Disciple of Magic gear tab, levels 1 to 9, you will find the leather ring bands. These are the ones that you can use. There are other ring bands, like we said, that you can use. However, these will cost 156 gil and are usable by all classes level 8 and above. But specifically, you can go for any ring bands in the game, basically. This includes stuff like the leather, hard leather, goat skin, the boar skin ring bands. Basically, if it has ring bands in the title of the item, it's very likely to work. However, these are hard to argue with since they're vendor purchased, as you saw. Level 8 and above all classes, both genders in the game. Moving on to the legs then, these are the Holy Rainbow Sarawell of Casting. Let's show you where I got those. Okay, so for the option I went with the Holy Rainbow Sarawell of Casting, I went to Norlays, one of the NPCs that you can get this from. Specifically, this is in the Jeweled Grosier, which is a teleport location within the Foundation of Ishgard. If you go to this teleport location and then go left, you will come up to Norlays just down these stairs. If you click on her and go to the Disciple of Magic tab and then level 52 gear, you will find the Holy Rainbow Sarawell of both casting and healing available here. So it will cost you 11,880 gil for this slot. But of course, this is locked to a caster, this specific one, level 52 and above. So specifically, any of these Holy Rainbow Sarawell will work. This includes the healing ones as well. And you'll find that basically any of those will work. If it says Holy Rainbow Sarawell of, and then whatever role, then it should work, of course. So I don't know of any other alternatives for this slot. So, you know, you might have to sort of shop around a little bit for whatever role. Hopefully it fits whatever you're going for. But of course, you know, it is vendor purchase, like I say, it's going to be locked to whatever role you choose, but for level 52 and above. And finally, for the feet then, as we said earlier, I went for the Scion Adventurer's boots, again from the MSQ reward, the Greater Obeisance, which is an MSQ quest. You can get this from a Calamity Salvager. If you've misplaced this or you haven't done the quest yet, you will need alternatives. Alternatives to this include the Falconer's boots. I believe the Dragon Skin boots will work, and also possibly the Swallow Skin boots. They follow a similar silhouette, so they might work. No confirmation, however, at this time. But that's pretty much the 100. If you have your own items that fill these slots but will give us 100 or at least a gold rating, feel free to leave those in the comment section below to help other users. Anyway, let's move on to that easy 80 with dyes. Right then, so for the dye options, as you can see, any gear in the game, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's a dyeable piece of gear. And you want to get yourself gunmetal black for your weapon. You want metallic green dye for your helm. Your chest needs to be, unfortunately, gunmetal black. Your hands need to be dark red dye. Your legs need to be gunmetal black. And your feet, once again, that dark red dye. The dark red isn't too expensive. Dare say the metallic green dye isn't that expensive either. However, the 3 gunmetal blacks do kind of act as a fairly big turn-off for a lot of people, considering that those are Skybuilder script purchases, and unless you have Skybuilder scripts, you're going to be paying money on the market board, of which people are going to obviously prey on that today, specifically for Fashion Report. So it is a good idea if you want to make some gil to actually go and purchase those with Skybuilder scripts and sell those particular dyes, but for the rest of people trying to purchase them, you're better off probably not going this route. For that though, we do have the easiest 80 we could come up with, so let's move straight on to that. Alrighty then, so for the easiest 80, I've actually got 2 options for you. First of all, with an 80 or just over 80, because I decided to use soot black dyes, specifically for people who have completed that section of the MSQ to actually get the Scion Adventurer's jacket, as well as the Scion Adventurer's boots, which is from the Greater Obeisance, and you can get those from a Calamity Salvager if you've actually done those. And essentially what I've done with that is I've just dyed the chest piece soot black. Realistically, dyeing the Scion Adventurer's jacket and then putting soot black on that, as well as having the Scion Adventurer's boots, should be enough. But just for extra measure, I just dyed any legs in the game soot black as well, and it gave me a little bit extra pointage, as you can see on that screen. But of course, you'll get 80 regardless of having that dye there or not. But that's one option. Obviously, the easiest option would be if you've done the MSQ. I say that mostly because these are equipable by level 1 and above in the game, so they're fairly easy to get, and it's free from the MSQ. The other option then, and the other setup I went with here on my alt to get just a quick 80, because she's lower item level and lower gear level, so she can't really access everything else. I actually went for pretty much a few dyes. Specifically, I went for 4 dyes, as well as the leather ring bands. So I dyed any weapon in the game soot black, any helm in the game moss green dye. You can get that from any low level city-state armor dye vendor rather. Then I combined that with, yet again, another soot black on any chest in the game, the leather ring bands undyed, then finally some legs in the game dyed soot black. So if I have soot black on any weapon, a green of any kind, so moss green on our helm, soot black on chest, the leather ring bands, and soot black on legs, easy peasy, we got our 80. If you want to be even more careful, and you have access to the high enough levels to do the Holy Rainbow Sarawells of either healing or casting, obviously replace the legs with those, and you'll get way more than that anyway. Or you could just basically combine the leather ring bands plus the Holy Rainbow Sarawell of casting or healing, for example, and just have like soot black dye on the legs, and you'll be absolutely fine as well. But this is a nice easy option. This is what I intend to use for my alts. So soot black on weapon, moss green because it's vendor purchased and it costs 40 gil on any helm in the game, soot black on any chest in the game, the leather ring bands, and soot black on legs. That's what I would go for. Anyway, those are the easy 80s. There's plenty of other ways of doing it. Mix and match to your heart's desire, have a look through the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll leave a link in the description to the theory crafting thread for die options. There's also other links in that thread for other Reddit threads and things where people theorize this each week. Thank you very much for watching. We are getting close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I honestly don't know what to say about that, but thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I know a lot of people are here specifically for the fashion report videos. I try to feature a lot of things in my videos, including lots of guides, news, basically anything, glamour, minions, housing items. So there's a bit of everything for pretty much everybody, really. So yeah, hopefully you guys stick with me, and thank you very much for your support. I'll be sure to link the giveaway as well that we're doing, which is an Eastern Memories art book to one person, and then there's like 7 Pisa mounts. So just a little way of thanking people, but of course, you know, it's just a little bit of more of a nod than anything. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.